welcome to my podcast, Spiritual Quest, with me, your host, Diva Jacqueline, always guided by Spirit. I am very excited to share my gift with you and empower you to embrace your gift. So if you define yourself as a spiritual human being, then you've come to the right place. So prepare yourself now for an amazing journey where your soul will lead the way. Hi there, and welcome to Season 2 of Spiritual Quest, always guided by Spirit. I don't know about you, but since the shift activated 2 years ago, life as we know it has changed. And being guided by Spirit, I was mentally prepared for what was to come, but emotionally I found myself questioning everything in my life. I actually felt out of alignment, but not in a limiting way. I felt my soul calling on me to use the shift to expand and evolve as a human being. What used to give me a sense of purpose and joy no longer served me or anybody else in my life. And I just didn't feel fulfilled. So I decided to go back to basic. I made time, I prioritized, and I listened to my soul, trusting that as long as I stay in motion, a new path will unfold. And let me tell you, reinvention is the challenge. Most of us have experiences with having to reinvent life in one way or the other. And maybe you lost loved ones, or maybe you were laid off, or your marriage ended, and you had to reinvent how you live life to once again find purpose and joy. And after hearing how people struggle the last 2 years with the pandemic and now the war in Europe, I want to help. So this season of Spiritual Quest, it's all about reinventing your life. So I'm inviting spiritual teachers, coaches, healers, mentors who are passionate about helping people reinvent their lives through different perspectives. So I invite you to join me and open yourself up to new ways of expanding your life. So my first guest calls herself the Self-love Diva. I just love that. She's the author of the book Extraordinary You, and she's the creator of the Self-love Mastery course, which is the superpower you need to attract true love, abundance, joy, and your heart's desires. So Jacqueline Ortiz, she's a woman with fire. And she actually integrated her passion for mind, body, spirit, and the environment to empower women to break through, cultivate, and elevate their level of self-love and self-confidence, and thereby raising their vibration to attract deeply loving relationships and their heartfelt desires. So I'm super excited to wish Jacqueline very welcome to Spiritual Quest. So Self-love Diva, here you come.
I am thrilled to be here. Oh my goodness. I've been waiting. Seriously. I'm like, let's go, let's do this. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me. I'm thrilled.
Oh, it's my pleasure. And like you, I feel like you're my soul sister somehow. Like when you contacted me, and it was divine timing, if you wish. I felt a connection, and I thought, you know what we need? More of that spark that you bring, more joy, more happiness, and more abundance, and just the energy that you bring is what we need right now. So I'm super excited to have you here. And of course, we're going to talk about all those wonderful things that you do. But I want you to start, if you wish, Jacqueline, to share your story of reinvention. Would you do that, please?
Absolutely. Reinvention. This is who you get with reinvention. I welcome people to, instead of thinking as a reinvention as a challenging trial thing that's going to be really difficult, I invite everyone to look at it as an adventure, a journey, an unfolding, a way of being that is what you've always been, and going back into alignment to who you were when you're in a child. and your inner self and your higher self. And it's just about going back into alignment, because we all, our spirits always knows what make us happy, but we just take detours because it's easier, it's safer, it's convenient, whatever the reason. And what I'm saying is, it is time to reinvent yourself. It really is, for everyone, because I really will. Oh, I went off on a tangent because, as you can tell, this is my passion. So I do go off on a tangent. So, but the question was,
How
how do I?
have you ever reinvented your life? Like, have you gone through hardship and then find yourself in a place where you thought you might be on the right path, and then suddenly something happened and you have to reinvent yourself? Would you please share that story?
Absolutely. I believe we're reinventing ourselves every day, but a massive, on a macro level of reinvention to me was a few years ago. I was, my life was literally insane. I was working, I owned various restaurants. I was working 80-hour weeks, 7 days. That restaurants were open 365 days, 24 hours a day. And I had bogus lawsuit and adrenal fatigue, and my hormones were out of whack. I lost 50% of my real hair. You name it. My life was insane. And then to really just like, really just spice things up, unexpected breakup of a 5-year relationship that I thought was going to be there forever, ever. And all that stuff put me in a tailspin. And you know what I decided? I called my business partner and I go, I gotta go. He goes, what are you talking about? It was midnight. I woke him and his girlfriend up. He goes, where are you going? I go, I don't know. He goes, when are you leaving? I go, tomorrow morning. He goes, what? Yeah, I'm like, I'm leaving. So I packed everything I could and I decided to go on this adventure. Honestly, was I a little scared? Maybe. Okay, yes, I was. But I chose to reframe it into an adventure, because everything is the way we set an intention and the way we look at things. So anyway, so what I did was I packed, and I don't travel light, as you can probably see. So I packed everything. I literally could barely see him. I'm like looking out the window, no rear wood, nothing. I couldn't see anything. And then whenever I opened the side door, all the stuff would fall out of the car because it was just packed to the brim. But anyway, so I'm driving all the way from Southeast Florida, all the way across to, I wasn't knowing where I was going at that time. So I remember my mom calling me every day because she was worried about me. She thought I had like a nervous breakdown, was falling apart. I'm like, Mom, I am having the time of my life. You know why? Because I reframed it into this an adventure.
Mhm.
Didn't know what I was doing. I'd never done anything even close to this in my life. So I started driving. And I'm thinking, I don't know where I'm going, but I'm so far off. Why don't I just keep going? And the whole time I was just talking to spirit, talking to my inner self, my inner child. What would make you happy? Where do you want to go? I'm like, let's go to the ocean. Mind you, I just came from Southeast Florida, was the ocean. But I decided to go to California. I've never driven cross country. I've driven north and south, but never cross. I live in the USA, cross country. So I decided to drive. It's over 3,000 miles. So I'm driving myself. Never done this. I'm driving by myself. Don't know where I'm going. I sleep wherever, hotel, wherever I end up. And at one time I end up in Nashville. Um, and I absolutely have so much fun. I ended there on Friday. I was supposed to leave Saturday, 6 o'clock in the morning. Go, go, go. 3 days later, that tells you how much fun I had in Nashville. I just kept driving. And the whole time talking to spirit, talking to my inner guidance, just communicating, asking questions. What is it that you want? What would fill your heart? Where do you want to go? Who do you want to be? How do you want to transform yourself? How do you want to reinvent yourself and a rebirth? What do you want out of life?
Mm.
Because there's so many opportunities and possibilities as long as we are open to them arriving. If we just see, the problem that I think gets us to where we are is that we think we have this certain path and we just got do. And we forget to keep up. We like walking around with blinders instead of just looking around. So I ended up in California driving 3,000 miles. And then I decided to make a U-turn. And I'm thinking, you know what is my favorite place? I asked my little self, besides the ocean, is the mountains. I love hiking. And what better place than my favorite place in the US, which is Sedona, the most spiritual, loving, beautiful, high vibration energy. So I moved to Arizona. I'm like an hour, a little bit over an hour away. So I get to go hiking in Sedona in the mountains and get spiritual and gain alignment and just go with the flow. And that was the biggest
Wow.
reinvention.
That was quite an amazing story. But may I ask you some questions
Yes.
regarding the way you decided to talk to your inner child? And I like the way you said it was kind of like a rebirth for you. So,
Yeah.
did you grow up being spiritual or religious, or what was your faith, or what did you believe in before you had these? these experiences, these human experiences of trauma, if you wish.
Yes, I always believe in God. I was brought up Catholic. I went to Catholic church for a while. Not the most goody two shoes good Catholic girl, but I was brought up Catholic. But um, I believe in God. I believe in my angels. I believe in karma. I believe doing unto others as you want unto yourself. The golden rule. Uh, always believe everything is energy. Everything is love. Even before people were really into that thing, it was just like everything is love. If we treat everybody with love, it just that's the only thing we need, the energy of love. If we treat each other the way we want to treat us, we should. Well, some people don't treat ourselves the way we should, but that's the reason why self-love comes. Because if we treat ourselves as if our body, mind, and spirit is a temple, it's a sacred temple, then we will be able to love ourselves in such a way that we could spread love from a place of generosity instead of scarcity. And by doing that, we spread that love and that energy all throughout the world, and the planet would just be heavenly, heaven and earth, like they say. So yeah, but I was brought up Catholic.
Yes. But when you were driving in that car, I just want to take me back to that moment where you had those deep conversations with yourself, where you were soul searching. How do you experience, listening or receiving guidance from your own spirit or from your GPS or your soul? How do you experience that? Is it clarity? Is it mental images? Or is it just a knowing? Is it intuitive? How do you experience that?
I believe that it's different for everybody. For me, it was like me, like a mojo of everything. I'm not like, I don't know if you can feel my energy, but I have energy from all over the place. So to me, it wasn't a hearing or clearing or feeling. It was just like an avalanche of things. Because when I ask, I don't ask for, may I have growth? I go, I want massive, out of this world. I want you to slam me now because I want to know exactly what I'm doing. So that's what I asked for, but that may be a little radical for some people. But what I believe is one of the ways that I think it's great to do it is what I call tune in, tune up, and get turned on, which was one of the things I did at that time. I didn't realize I was doing all this stuff. It's amazing. God, the universe, your creator, whatever you believe in, because I believe everyone's belief is perfection, whatever we believe in. So whatever you believe in, we're always being guided. It's always within us. What happens is sometimes, like our inner child, we hush her, shh, be quiet, shh. You know, I don't have time for you. Or we don't listen to our little girl or our little boy because we're so busy doing, doing, doing. But if we just got quiet and contemplation. So what I was doing as I was driving, I was doing a little of everything because that's just the way I am. I believe in synergy. If you're going to do something, do it right. So if I'm going to do something, I throw the kitchen sink, the pipes, the tubes, everything, the screws, I throw everything in there and see what sticks. And what I was doing was, at the time, I didn't realize all these things I was doing, but God has a way of working out everything. The universe has a way of working out for our highest good, the highest good of all, if that's your intention, because it's all about intention. And that's always my intention, not what's best for me, but what is best for me and the highest good of the collective of everyone. And that would just put you right on your path. So what I was doing was, at the time I didn't realize when I create all this, like the self-love reimprinting and the courses and everything I've done is part of my reinvention and my rebirth, that I didn't realize I was doing it at that time. But for instance, what I believe, if we want to find a way to get in tune with ourselves, like when I was in the car, it was something that I call I tune in, tune up, and get turned on. And this is a small process that anyone can do. And it's about tuning into your inner self, your adult self, your higher self, your inner child, just tuning in and asking, what is it you want? What are your beliefs? And question your beliefs around it and about it. If you're feeling something that's bothering you, what is it? Keep asking and asking. Don't just settle for the surface answer. Oh, I think I'm stupid or whatever it is. But keep asking why. Why do you feel that way? Over and over, and go deep, and you'll realize that maybe it was something embedded from when you were younger. And if that's the case, all you do keep is asking, what shaped you? What made you believe that? And keep questioning it, because that's someone else's belief that was embedded in you and you absorbed it as a child. And that's not your belief. And I have this policy. If someone sends you a package in the mail and it's not yours, you return to sender. So if someone tries to give me belief that, hey, you're stupid, you're ugly, or you're whatever, I'm like, I'm not accepting that. I'm returning it to sender. You can keep it, baby. I don't want it. So you
I
just
like
return
that.
it.
That's a good tip. Return to sender. Remind yourself of that. Return to sender. I'm sorry. I just have to kind of, that was the key thing here. Return to sender.
Yeah, no, please, I love you. Please interrupt anytime you want. Go for it. This is a beautiful conversation between beautiful soul sisters for the benefit of the whole, I was going to say unity, humanity, but I put everything together because I get so excited. But anyway, so question yourself, question yourself and your beliefs and where they come from and return to sender. And then what you do is, then after you really know what it is, then I want you to really just tune up. And tune up is tuning up to God, creator, source, whatever it is for you, and tune up and get realigned with your inner child, your adult self, and your higher self, and your creator. And when you're in alignment, and everything just flows. And that's when you ask things what I call just be me, which is a little process that I think your listeners will enjoy, which is just whatever you say I am, you identify yourself that way. That is who you embody and your identity. So we always have to be careful what we say. So I always start this little thing, just be me, is I am. Who do you want to be? Who do you want to become in this reinvention, this amazing rebirth that you get to be anything you want? You can be and do and anything. Just what is it? Be open to the possibility. Ask. And they always say, ask and you should receive. And you do. But then again, I believe that you should ask and you should receive with the intention and the belief that, yes, when I do ask, so say that even before you ask, I say that. I say God, but God, universe, creator. I have faith that whenever I ask, I always receive. So I'm asking, can I receive, please? And I'm just kidding. But
I think
anyway,
a lot of people do that actually. So that's the people ask, please let
yeah.
me receive it. I know that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So, right. So yeah, we don't need to be please, 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 because we're always receiving. We are. We just have to say our intention the right way. But just be me, I am, and then pick 3 to 4 ways of being. Hint, hint. They're usually adjectives like I am a courageous, loving, powerful, beautiful, smart, whatever, caring, compassionate, empathetic, blah, blah, blah. So pick 3 ways way of being and then end up with a noun. So I am a courageous, loving, powerful, joyful, energetic, and then you finish with now, woman, leader, entrepreneur, male, business person, whatever, philanthropist, whatever it is that rocks your world. And just say that sentence and create it and put it all over the place like a mantra and just say it all the time and reaffirm it over and over again. Like, I'm a courageous, loving, powerful, joyful. Hello, I walk into this life. And then the more you say it, you stepping into it, you believe it. It's like just step into that. You wake up in the morning and step into that belief, that mantra. This is who I am. Step into it, embody it, embrace it. It is you. And eventually we're reaffirming it over and over again. It is you. This
May
is
I say
you.
something concerning that? Because
Yes.
I really do love what you're saying about repeating your mantra, if you wish. I also like to do it in front of the mirror where I can stare into my own soul and just allow it and feel it and own it and embody it in so much more profound way than you can just by repeating it. I want to have that connection, body, mind, spirit, really aligning. And that's when I use the mirror. I think it's a great tip. Use the mantra and use the mirror and embody that.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I am all about mirror work. It's beautiful, especially when you're talking to your inner child, because mirrors, that, it's the eyes of the soul. So it's beautiful to look at it and really embodying it. I am a little bit in overdrive. I just do this everywhere. I'm in the shower, I'm driving. I don't go from point A to point C driving. I don't know how I get that because the whole time people probably think I'm nuts. Thank God for Bluetooth because now people think I'm talking on the phone. Because before people would look at me like, oh, she's talking to herself. There's no one in the car. I am talking to myself, affirming, reaffirming, claiming this is who I am. And I say it with emotion because emotion creates emotion. So I'm not just like, I am a loving, powerful woman. No, I am. I am a loving, powerful leader. Yes, I am. Woo! Yes, 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 I am. So that's the way I do it.
I love that. I love that. The energy of what you're bringing and what you're saying. I mean, you own it. And that's the key here. You have to own your emotions. And when you can embody those emotions by owning it, that's when things start happening. So,
Absolutely.
perfect. I love that.
So that's a tune in, tune up. And then the last one, of course, is getting turned on. And I'm not just talking about sexually, but that's okay too. That's a very good one too, because that's emotion and that's creating passion. And it's about living with passion in your life. But getting turned on is getting high on high vibration. Like I walk around like I'm high and I am high, but I'm high naturally on the energy of high vibration, natural energy. And it's by, how do you do that? Is by stepping into your new mantra of just be me, but then also visualize and journal. Journaling is so important to journal. I have this thing actually, it's called a journaling toolkit that has a whole bunch of affirmations on different topics, affirmations and journal prompts, like 30, 40, 50 journal prompts, affirmations, everything. Um, and different rituals and things you could do. It's these little toolkits that I have. But anyway, so journal, mantras, just be me. And then taking action, meditation, hiking, biking, walking, contemplation, reflection, everything with a TION is action, but it's action in motion. It's in motion. So all those things really get you turned on. Music, just get turned on. Put the music on and start dancing. Put, you know what I'm saying? Whatever rocks your world and raise your vibration, and you'll see you become a GPS, literally a magnet to attracting everything you want in your life. So
Wow.
that is the process I use in my car.
I love it. Thank you. Thank you. That's amazing. And what you say, I'm going to show you something because
Yes.
I'm such a big fan of writing, and especially as a channel and my ability as a mediumship and connecting with spirit. I sometimes when I meditate in the morning, spirit comes by and I'm in that zone. And unless I write it down in the moment, I'm not able to bring it forward in that pure way later on in the day. And you never know what kind of information you're going to get. The intuitive information, it can be about other people, it can be about yourself and the journey you're on. So manifesting it is starting by writing it down. That's kind of what I find it helps me to facilitate or take action upon what is coming. Because you know how life is. It gets busy, Jacqueline. It gets busy.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. I love that. Absolutely. I am all about writing. As you know, I and you, we both wrote books. So it doesn't have to be to that extent because I want people to be intimidated. Oh my God, I have to write a book. No, whatever comes to you, it's beautiful. It's meant to be. Whether it's two sentences, two lines, two paragraphs, two books, whatever it is, it comes out from you and it comes from higher source and alignment. And that's what matters. Whatever comes through, it's meant to come through. So absolutely, I am, like I said, all about writing.
I find it very healing when I went through, or I'm still going through this reinvention. That's why I'm doing season 2 about this. This is part of my reinvention. And writing it down and kind of keeping me on my path, it's allowing me to lead with my heart and follow my soul without the ego's way of controlling things. It's kind of like a roadmap, if you wish. It's something that I can turn to and empty myself out and just realign myself very quickly to get clear on my next move, if you wish. I mean, we're human beings. We need to take action, like you said, but sometimes we want to make sure that it's not the fear that is controlling or running our instrument, that we're actually being channels of love and that we can lead with our heart and soul. And so I think that's, key to live a balanced life, to make sure that you actually manifest what's coming to you from the spirit world. And you are a spirit. And so your soul is here, and allowing that to speak your truth can be in here. You don't have to go out and channel like I do. Like sometimes, I can allow spirit to come through, but at least you can allow your soul to speak so that you can become authentic in everything and every step you take on that path. And that's what let me bring you into the self-love portion of what you do, because you do have that course. Can you tell me a little bit about what you offer in that course?
Absolutely. The self-love mastery course, it wasn't something I created. It was God given. It was basically a download. I remember one day I was sitting at home. I was getting frustrated. Like, what do I do? And that, like you said, the ego, the brain thinking. And spirit told me, I felt a sensation. Go for a drive, go hiking. I'm like, I don't have time to go hiking. I'm like, no. So I get in my car. Of course, I always obey. And I don't say, I say that in a beautiful way. I love listening to my guides. So I got in my car, started driving. And I did not get to my hiking mountain. I literally went and pulled over to the side of the road. And I just downloaded. I'm looking for napkins. I'm going through the glove compartment, looking for napkins, writing things down. And it was just downloaded everything. It was just like amazing. It was a process. I don't want your guests to think, well, one day everything happens. It was a process. It was many years and months and days of praying for guidance and getting attuned with my higher guidance. And it was a gift from my creator, from God, whatever you choose to believe. And it is, I created, it's called, of course, High Vibe, the 6-step High Vibe reimprinting, which is about reimprinting the way you think and the way you feel and reprogramming yourself at a deep subconscious cellular level, which is what's important. Because, like, for instance, we all know we want to go to die. We want to lose 10, 15, 20, but whatever it is. Like, yeah, I'm going to go to die. New Year's Eve resolutions, we're going to do it. And guess what? A few days, few weeks later, we're like, oh, it's done. Because our conscious mind only is active 5%. Our subconscious is 95%. And we have approximately 60,000 thoughts a day, of which 80% of those are negative. Hello, that's a lot. And then out of that 80%, 95 of those are the same ones over and over, same negative thoughts over and over again. So what we need to do is get to the subconscious mind. Bruce H. Lipton, which is a New York Times bestseller, PhD, Stanford, you name it, blank, blank, blank. He's got all the credentials, all the pedigree. So it's not just like,
I think a lot of people know about Bruce Lipton.
Okay, so yeah. Bruce H. Lipton.
Yeah.
We're dealing with so many different countries, so that's why So anyway, so Bruce H. Lipton, and he said two of the main ways to reprogram the mind is affirmations, which is and hypnosis, which is what we both do. So I incorporate that into the 6-step program, and basically 6 steps to help you to reprogram your beliefs, your thoughts, your way of being, so you can fall deeply, madly in love with yourself and align yourself with your inner child, your inner self, adult self, and your higher self. So, and it's 6 steps that I do, and it's about, you like me to go into it? Is that okay?
Yeah, please do. I mean, we're here to help and support people.
I love anything you do with self-love, because honestly, I'll tell you, I really at the core, I know this is download for me. It's the key, the foundation. Your superpower is self-love. So many people think it's selfish or I don't have time for that. But the most critical, vital point, the most beautiful thing you could do, the most unselfish thing you can do is truly, profoundly love yourself. Because when you do that, then you can give pure love from a place of authenticity and generosity, not in like, I'm giving what's in it for me, or I'm giving and growing resentment, or getting angry, or like trying to get payback. Like what am I getting out of it? You know what I'm saying? So instead, when you give with generosity, I have this analogy I use. If you have a house and you have a garden and it's full of, let's say, your favorite fruit, let's say it's apple. You love apples. So you have so many apple trees, and of course they all come out and they're all ready to harvest, and there's so many trees and they're even falling, the apples are falling. There's so many apples. You make apple pie, apple cider, apple cake, you make apple pancakes, you make apple. You're like, no more apples. I have so much apple. Let me give some apples away. And you're begging people, here, have some apples, because you have so much to give. And you're giving, not saying giving money for it. You're giving because you want to give out of love and generosity, because you have such an overflow. So that is what I want for you. I want you to love yourself on you, love yourself up, make love to you so much that you have so much love that when you give, it's just, baby, take it. I got so much to give. And then you get replenished because you keep doing that. It's like an infinite cycle of loving yourself and being able to give love. And it just comes back. And the beautiful thing is, the more you give from a place of generosity, other people can feel that. So when they receive your love, they feel it from like, no strings attached. It's true, pure love. And then they go out into the world and they spread that love, and they also share it back onto you. So it's that is the beauty of self-love. It is the foundation for everything you want, because when you raise your vibration by loving yourself, wow, then you attract at that same frequency everything you want: love, abundance, joy, all your heartfelt desire, and it's coming from love. So it's all about love. So did I make myself clear about how much I love self-love?
Oh, yes, you did. And the thing is, we need it in this time on Mother Earth. I'm just thinking about moving. We're still, feeling the consequences of the pandemic. It's still there, but we're moving out of that era. But once again, we're experiencing war in Europe. And who knew that that would happen in, this time? I'm speechless when it comes to, is this really possible? But it kind of kind of gives us this unique opportunity, like you're saying, that we have overflow. There's so many people whose heart centered and open, and today understand the true value of coming from the heart space and allowing that energy to just flow through us. And we have so much to give. And we know that the energy, when we come together and we share this, even you and I as soul sisters, our passion for self-love, we know will activate the the unconditional love. And within that oneness of that, we are so powerful. And that's what I love, to come together with people and bring that through self-love, of course, but to lift that vibration and to be part of that global stillness of the winds, if you wish, the cold winds that is swooping over Mother Earth, that we now can bring that wonderful feeling of love and abundance and just share that unconditionally. And we can do that every day just by sending. So when people ask, so should we give more money to help the refugees, or should we this, should we that? Of course, you should share or give what you feel and you can, and you know that is, available to you. But everyone can sit down and feel into the self-love, which will activate unconditional love, and together send that energy out into the world in support of, everyone who's needing support at this moment, which also means the Russians. It's not
Yes.
separate. We're one. So to the situation, to everyone involved, for the higher good, the unconditional love. So I think this really reflects how important self-love is in this
Yeah.
era, this time. So the more people can find self-love in this time, it's I would say it's a necessity almost, in support of Mother Earth and all her creatures.
Absolutely.
I feel
Because
that.
look at this. I love that. It's gorgeous, beautiful, absolutely. And like you said, love the Russians, love everyone, because what one person decides to do, it doesn't reflect on the whole Russian humanity nation. But even if it did, the point is we need to love everybody. But look at it this way: if we take even a little bit deeper into self-love, if we each love ourselves, if we believe we're unity and we're one, by me loving on me and really loving myself unconditionally, I'm loving everyone else and I'm spreading, because we all one. So when you come back and you put it all together, self-love is the love of all, because it's a unity of all of us together. So if we all one, and if you really buy into that concept, then by the more I love myself, the more I love humanity.
It's beautiful, and that's so true. And the when you start to connect with that understanding, it's not only an understanding, it's a feeling. And you can get that feeling through self-love. That's the key. When you open that up and when you embody self-love, that's really when you can feel like you're part of everyone. Like I called you my soul sister. We haven't even met, and it's like I think you were the one who wrote soul sister in your email or something. And I just, yes, we are soul sisters, and we have different way or perspectives on how to share self-love or to talk about self-love, and we have different gifts, if you wish. But coming together and sharing our experiences with love and how we are reinventing our lives. And I think it's important just to mention, and you might want to say something about this as well, but even though you're a spiritual human being and you're open to this, or religious, we're just humans as well. We all go through hardship. And I think it's many of us, I know for a fact, speaking to other spiritual teachers, we sometimes can feel quite alone in our experiences, also because we are looked up to in some form for others, and we do not feel that ourselves. We're just here to serve. But some people might, like, how do you call it? I find difficulty in finding the words, but kind of like a guru or something, if you understand what I'm saying,
Yeah.
that it's a lot of it's put emphasis put up on us to be able to be grounded and to be centered and to go through all the hardship without, being torn up. But I find it that everyone goes through hardship, and it's how we deal with it. It's how we tune and find our alignment again. And it's how we look at the hardship. Like you said, like if we look at it from a high vibrational point of view, it's a gift. That's when we can see that what we're experiencing, maybe not in the moment, but if we take a step back and we do what we know, like I said when leading up to your interview, I said, I decided to go back to basic. I needed to go back to basic, like basic energy work, like going back and realigning and tuning, fine tuning to see where the shift, the external shift, has affected me and where I'm at, so I can actually anchor the higher vibrations that are given in, this shift that's ongoing. And so, what do you think about that when you look at yourself and how you have reinvented your life, and you're still reinventing yourself? Like you said, you every day is an opportunity to reinvent yourself. I believe that as well. um, but how do you look at that from your perspective in your life at this very moment, going through what's happening in the world and seeing it through your soulful eyes? How do you go about reinventing your everyday life? Like,
And yes, what I would say about reinventing, just like ourselves on the physical level, every day we get reinvented, regenerated ourselves the same way we reinvented. Like I said, in macro, big level, like break break down that was a breakthrough, or when it comes to little things like during the last couple of years, dealing with this pandemic, how many people have worked from home now, or their parents became teachers, or whatever it is. It's like we reinventing ourselves, and it's like every little on different levels, different degrees, to everyone has a different story. But having said that, yes, Mother Teresa says something along these lines, and I'm paraphrasing. God doesn't give me more than I can handle. I just wish He wouldn't trust me so much or give me so much, because
I
I
love.
mean that was Mother Teresa. Hello, so I can't even compare to that. So I'm like, that's Mother Teresa who said like sometimes. So she was human. We're all human, and we all experience things and setbacks. And the different thing is if you could have a setback, but just don't let it set you down and take you down. There's a difference. When I believe when we do the work like you and I are doing, we have different tools that we use and we can learn, like the self-mastery course, like the book you wrote and everything else, Reawaken. So all these things are tools that we could tap into. No one has all the answers, so otherwise we'll be perfect and we'll be God, but we're not. So we are human beings having a human experience, energetic beings having a human experience. And the best we can do is the best. One thing is having self-love, self-compassion for ourselves, and know this is where we are right now, and accept it. And from there, go to what can I do to feel better? How can I reframe this? I have this little thing called Pro Reframer, which being a prolific or proactive, resourceful, obsessive about reframing everything. So when something happens to me, I go, well, that didn't feel good. I just got slapped, boom, boom, energetic slap. But what can I learn from it? Oh, wait, there has to be something in there. What nuggets? What can I learn to better myself, to reinvent myself, to have a rebirth, to transform, to better myself, to evolve? What can I learn? I'm not saying it's easy, but I do stop. I contemplation, reflection, meditation, all those things grounds me. So then I could apply the tools I've learned, and the tools are in my courses, my books, and everything I've learned from other masters, all the gurus, like you say, because we all come from different ways and doing different things. And they all work and they're all great. It's whatever resonates with us. I love tapping. I do chakra tapping. I'm all about the chakras. Oh
Mm.
my gosh. Oof, all about high energy. So, and you know that. So you can sense that. All about high energy and embracing the energy. But it's about really embodying, embracing where you are, loving, respecting, and having compassion for where you are. And again, going to where you want to go. So that's why that's when you go into, well, where do I want to be? How do I want to change? What do I want to improve? What can I learn from this? And really tap into that. And I'm not saying it's the overnight thing, but every little step, congratulate yourself, celebrate every little step. It is something to celebrate. I mean, it really is. So my thing is, yes, I'm going through some things now, and it's okay because it's making me stronger. So I reframe it. I'm like, wow, I am learning. I'm becoming stronger. I'm becoming a better person. I'm evolving. And all this, I just say it's for the highest good of myself and for the highest good of the collective. So whatever's happening, what's happening in Russia in the war, it's horrible. It's horrible. But many people say, what can we learn from the past with Hitler and all that stuff? What can we learn? What can we learn? And I say there's so many things that we could learn, but more so than going back in the past and learning and going to that energy and vibration of anger, hatred, killing, all the things that were horrific. Instead of going to that and then having your energy go lower, which doesn't help you or the planet, I say instead focus on where we can go. What is that we want? So focus instead on sending everyone, not just people in Russia, but everyone, sending or Ukraine, everywhere, sending love, sending that energy vibration of love and light. That is the best thing we can do because we know what's happening. It's not good. We don't have to go back in the past and relive it over and over again. I say we should go back to the past only to revisit, not to reside or take permanent residency there because that doesn't help you or anybody on the planet. Instead, where you are now and where you want the world, where do you want to go, and focus on the energy of sending out love, the vibration of love and peace and inner harmony and compassion and forgiveness for what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
they may not know, or they may just be here to form a role. But instead of all of us going on judgment and hate, go on love. Love is the highest vibration, and that will conquer all. So
Hey,
that's why I
I
go.
love that. I really do love that. And to you said, where do you want to go? And I think that's a very good question to ask yourself, especially when you do not know specifically. You don't have the clarity on where you want to go. Talking about myself and reinventing myself, I felt like I was out of alignment. I just felt that way because when I tuned in, it was not in a limiting way. It was just another way of sensing my soul calling on me. It's changed. So whatever felt like my purpose and joy prior to whatever happened, the 2 years from the shift happened, and it's just an experience of listening and tuning, constantly tuning, and then asking yourself, where do I want to go? I think that's how simple it can be, actually, and be still enough to actually allow the answer to appear, right?
Absolutely. I love that. Yeah. Where do you want to go? And I also would invite you and the audience to go, who do I want to be? Who do I want to become? Because who I was yesterday is not serving me to who I want to go or who I want to be or who I want to become and what I want my life and possibilities to open. So who leave the past behind. We can't go back, but what we can do is be centered, be grounded where we are now. And where do we want to go? Who do we want to be? What do we become? What do we want to accomplish? What do we want our legacy to be? What do we want to I always ask myself, what can I do to leave the planet a better place than when I arrived?
Well,
And
answer
that,
that question, Jacqueline. I would love for you to
oh,
share that question with the
I
audience.
want,
Go.
honestly, I'll tell you. I don't have children, so my legacy is not about children and that. My legacy, what I want to be, it's about having a massive impact and influence on people understanding that self-love is the most unselfish thing you could do because when you love yourself you'll love everybody because we're all one and it's all about true unconditional love. And when we're in that energy we can move mountains, we can change, we can have inner peace, we can have everything we want. So my legacy is going to be just an awareness that self-love is the superpower, the master key to unlocking everything you want in your life, all the love, abundance, joy, all the heartfelt desire, everything you want with self-love. That's the power. That's what we can do unto the world. Every one of us can do that. And by doing that, we have a massive unity between everyone because we're all one.
Wow, I love that. Applause, applause, applause. Wait a second. I think I have an applause here. Wait a second. You're gonna get it. I love that. That was perfect. Oh, I love your energy. And we really, like I said, we need that energy now. We need to lift each other up. We need to take responsibility to lift ourselves up by asking those wonderful questions and just allow yourself to explore. I think that reinvention is, like you said, you reframed it. You said you were on an adventure, right? And that's what I'm thinking, that what a great way to look at it. You're on an adventure on Mother Earth and you can reach it, reinvent your life. You can go wherever you want to go. And as long as you just take the time to listen and to make sure that you're true to who you are, that you really do listen. And like you said, release anything that you've adopted or you've taken on that's not yours, and take that time to really release that. And I'm thinking you have an offer actually, and I will make sure that I will drop the offer on your course in the anywhere around this video somehow or on the podcast, just for, people who's interested to check it out, to actually go in and read more about what you can offer them, because we need more love. We need more self-love. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much for, joining me here today and giving of your soul resources. It's just beautiful to see your light being shining brightly, and I thank you so much for being here.
May I say one more thing, please?
Yes, you may. Go ahead.
I just got inspired to do something. I would like your permission, if it's okay with you. I have a little process I could do. It's like a 25-minute, 30-minute little process meditation. It's okay if I record it and you can give it to free to anyone that wants to listen. I don't know if that's possible.
Of course, I would love to
This
share
is
that.
all
I'm
about
sure
honesty.
everyone who listens goes, "Yay! What a wonderful!" I would love it. Thank you. I'm going to say
Yeah,
thank
no,
you for the
honestly,
audience.
I no, I love it. You know, it's because I create this little process. It's like a mini little process from the sixth step. It's like a little quickie. It's a quickie. And it just raises your vibration, so it's good. It's a good quickie. Anyone can do it, no matter how old you are. So anyway, having said
Perfect.
that, it's all about connecting with your inner child and your higher self, and it raises your vibration. So it's a little thing I could just record it and send it to you. If that's okay with you.
I would love that. So thank you, and I would be honored to share it with everyone who is so, wanting to explore more and to release whatever is locked and open up for self-love. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Love it. My pleasure. I'm just so happy. Like I said, it everything is just please really just and you know when you said one last thing
I love it.
about
Go ahead.
like I said about it was an adventure. Yeah, because if we look at something as an adventure or something exciting versus being fearful or doom and gloom, the choices that we make are totally different and will lead you on totally different paths. So we're thinking, oh my God, it's so scary. And I'm not saying it's not, but it's the way we look at it, the way we open up ourselves to open up our heart, our minds to endless possibilities, because we are endless. So instead of thinking, oh my God, reinvention is scary. And I'm not saying it's not, but reinvention is scary, is doom and gloom, or where can take, I hate change, I hate change. And I get that because we're human, we're afraid of the uncertainty. But I invite everyone to look at it as, wow, I get to go on an adventure. Wow, you know what? I can be and do anything. I can become who I want. Who did I want to become as a child? What can I do? What will make me happy? And follow the breadcrumbs. Every time you say something, you think something, and you feel happy, whatever's bringing you joy, that's your path. That's your higher self that's up here cheering you on. Come on, girl. Come on. Go, 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 go. You're on the path. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. You got this. So just keep going. Every time you feel any joy, that's your path. Your inner child and your inner self and your higher self all knows the way. We just let ego get in the way. So let's just open up our possibilities that unless we could do anything, and just follow your joy and it'll take you to the right path.
And with that was well said. And I'm going to leave it with that. So I'm just going to say thank you for you who's watching and listening. Thank you for joining us. And stay tuned so you can watch more of Jacqueline, that self-love diva. Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye.